This is our group revamp, and we're going to present our PT work to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it.
Our project focuses on creating a new and better version of the current Seek building. So why do we want to create a new Seek building? The current building is cramped and small and does not offer many resources or provide the appropriate environment for students to academically and socially thrive in. As suggesting in our group name revamp, we want to give the building a new look. We also want the students of Seek to have a chance to experience a typical high school experience.
Our expo book is Understanding Architecture by Hazel Conway and Rowan Rowanish. And this book introduces the aspects of architecture that we didn't think of before, such as culture and the need for audience feedback, especially when building a commercial building such as a school. This also gave us an explanation of steps that must be taken when designing a building.
So for our narrative, we have our annotated sketches done. We have a new mentor. Her name is Agria Frederick. She is an executive assistant director of the School of Architecture. We also finished the Understanding Architecture book, and we have already looked into new books for next semester. And right now, we're still trying to improve on it for our project.
And these are our product brainstorming sketches. As you can see, we all created different sketches with specific design specifications. And using all of these sketches, we came to a conclusion on what we want our final product to be, which we will go into later.
These are our survey questions that we asked. We mainly asked about we mainly asked students about what they would want in the library, cafeteria, gym, and all that. And according to the stats that we pulled off from the surveys, we mainly found out that students would rather have a area for them to socialize rather than only socializing in a classroom all the time.
The first two design matrices focus on exterior material and the amount of stories. For the exterior material, brick and glass and stucco and glass were the best choices because it's the most cost efficient, durable, sustainable, and easiest to manufacture. For the amount of stories, we decided to only have one story since it would also be the most cost efficient, easiest to manufacture and maintain.
Other decision matrices that we have is for energy source. We want to make sure that our school is as sustainable as possible. So we chose solar energy because it's one of the most cost efficient and the most sustainable. We also have a decision matrix for the classroom boards where we decided that smart boards were going to be the winner because it was the audience preference. Lastly, we have a decision matrix for sustainable flooring where we chose polished concrete because it's the most sustainable, the most durable and aesthetic, and it's the easiest to maintain. These are 3D models of our features of our project, and as you can see in the first one, we have a library that shows places where students can study, places where students can work on projects and computers, and also a place for them to lounge. The second 3D model is of a computer classroom where, as you know, SEEK is an engineering school, so we want to give that place for students to be able to work.
We also have a lab room that tables with two seatings, and this just will give the students a easier and safer way to collaborate, and it will have enough space in the room. We also have a cafeteria. We decided to create a more like restaurant or dining hall where there'll be multiple seatings with comfortable there will be multiple tables with comfortable seatings, and also have an area where they can order their food and pick it up.
And lastly, we have a school gym, which was one of our poll questions. And this was very important because we want to make sure that students have that place to socialize and a place to get their minds off of school.
So for the professional reviews, we have some advice and reviews from our mentor. So continue to ask questions that the more data you have, the better the school can be. Don't get sidetracked on the little details. Always try to reference anything to your goal. And lastly, most lands are unavailable, usually untouched for more green. So make sure to look at architecture plans.
And our final sketch is, as you can see, we decided that we're going to make it one story. And this school should fit around 585 students total, with having around 15 to 30 students in each classroom. We have a teacher lounge, school cafeteria, gym, and a library room, which also includes special ed classrooms.
So the same principles behind the XR project would be the science aspect. It would be the chemistry, physics, and the philosophy behind it. For the chemistry aspect, it's like the more like every step that we're going to take, we can connect back to chemistry. The first step of being like how the land's connected and if it's suitable. For the physics being if the beat. Oh, my bad, yo. There's like something in my eye. And for the physics, it will be like how much would the like the weight of the building hold. And for the philosophy, it'll connect back to how we're able to like make sure the students are able to reach the full capacity. And for the technology aspect, it's very simple. It's be Revit and a T square. And even though like in a notebook, and even though the notebook might not be like the most advanced technological equipment we have here, we feel like it's one of the most important as it will be able to document all of our brainstorms and ideas that we came up to improve our school buildings. And for the math aspects, it'll be the max capacities, the dimensions, and the simulations that we're going to be running. It is very important to have like a very correct dimensions as you know we got to find the perfect amount of space or for students to be able to attend the classroom while being comfortable and not constrained. For the engineering, we chose civil engineering, electrical engineering, system engineering, and architect engineering. We chose civil engineering mainly because how important the principles and like the logical process behind it goes. And we always got to keep that mentality of like, if we are going to build a school, we should do it right and correct. We also have the problem solving design process as it is very important as our project won't go smooth sailing as we want it to go. There are going to be issues that we're going to stumble across and we're going to use this design process to overcome those issues. We also have the architect design process, which means just ask questions and keep on improving. And next slide, please.
So the positive aspects of the building that focus on the users are that it will be a bigger building, so it won't be as cramped. More resources will be provided. Staff will have more space to store things and have their own personal space. Staff and teachers will have more room in their own classroom. The negative aspects are that it's expensive and complex.
So for the positive and negative environment, the school building will have eco-friendly materials. There will also be more green space to promote physical activities and great connection to nature. We'll also be using natural light um, and better air quality within the building and have like a healthier working environment. So for negatives, architecture can cause environmental destruction depending on like the land and the method of building, and some green will be taken out during this building it.
So for the laws and codes regulations, we chose two guides. It is the CMS architect slash engineering guide, which mainly talks about like all the process and like all the requirements that we need for the interior and exterior designs, such as the correct amount of walls, the correct amount of space, and all that. And for our second handbook, it is a CMS section 504 handbook, which mainly talks about the safety of all the students with disabilities, making sure that each aspect is like able to guarantee their safeties no matter the situation that they're in.
And for our Seek building product lifecycle, we're going to start with raw material extraction, where we're going to extract natural rocks from such as limestones and slates by quarrying. We will then use these materials in our construction phase, where we will plan and construct the school. Next, the school will open to the public, where students and faculty slash staff will be able to utilize its sources and features. And once the school gets too old to maintain the students and teachers or is too expensive to maintain, it will go through the demolition phase where it will be broken down and separated into manageable pieces, which will then go into the recycle phase. And the pieces that can get recycled or salvaged will, and the pieces that can't won't, but building scraps could also be resold.
There are many complaints made about the Seek building, like such as the lack of space and free materials, etc. So that's why we decided to create a new school, so that it creates a comfortable environment for the students. And since it's gonna be larger, well, like it's gonna like accommodate to the increase of the future student body. Also, this project will help the students' learning environment and give them options to choose from to succeed.
Uh, Things that may not be accomplished in our project is the plumbing and electrical aspects. we don't think we'll be able to accomplish that correctly and functionally if like due to time constraints. And we also won't be able to make actual school building because the school building will probably cost around like 12 million to $15 million. The school also won't include a gaming room, cafeteria, kitchen, and a separate club rooms. The school also not be a two-story building as well.
All right, thanks for watching. Please give us feedback at this bit.ly, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See you.